Hi, this is Don. Here today I'm doing a short video on how to use two ways to use your Nikon mirrorless camera or recent generation Nikon DSLR as a webcam. So first question that might come to mind is, why do you want to do this? Well, during the pandemic, decent quality dedicated webcams are kind of hard to find these days. So if you have a Nikon Z or recent DSLR camera, Nikon has made some software available that allows you to connect the camera from the USB port to your computer and use it as a webcam. There is also another way of doing this, and that is to use, this does not require any special software, is to use the HDMI out on your camera to an HDMI converter that converts that signal into USB and brings that into your computer. So I'm going to talk a little bit about both methods. We'll start by talking about using the Nikon software method. So the software is available. It's in beta right now. It's available on Nikon's website. I'll put a link to that in the comments section. It's free software. But it's only available for Windows at the moment. I assume that at some point they'll probably introduce a Mac version, but who knows. So I had no problems installing it on Windows 10, and it worked fine. The camera shows up in the menus on the applications like Zoom and others that use webcams. And it does output 1080p video. It does not output audio, so you'll need to use a separate mic input somewhere for the audio portion. While the camera is connected and being used as a webcam, they will not power down, which is good. It won't go to sleep on you. The other thing is you cannot change your settings in the main menu while the camera is connected in this manner. The I menu or quick menu, you can modify that. So just something to keep in mind, that if you want to get your camera set up and it involves any of the settings in the main menu, to do that ahead of time. Now, what about focusing? Well, you can of course use manual focus if you want. If you want to use full-time eye-face autofocus, then what you need to do is make sure that the camera is in movie mode, and then also check that you've set AF area mode to auto area AF, and that you've selected autofocus full-time AF in the movie mode. If you do those things and have the camera in movie mode, then indeed it will provide the full-time face eye autofocus. So I will demo this in a minute there, but I just want to talk a second about using the other method, which is using the HDMI capture. So this device here, it's a blue AVS audio-visual converter. I mean, there's a number of these available. I got this one on Amazon. It was $27. There are a lot of more expensive solutions, but for purposes of a webcam, this seems to work just fine. It will output 1080p. Again, it doesn't matter what, if you're using 4K or 1080 or whatever on your camera, it's going to be a 1080p output. Like with the Nikon software, if you want eye and face autofocus, make sure you select those menu items I previously mentioned. Unlike the Nikon software, you can adjust all your menus while this is connected. It does not prevent the camera from going to sleep, okay, like the Nikon software, because this doesn't require any software. You just connect it and go, at least with Windows 10. So what you'll want to do then, in that case, to prevent it from going to sleep, is you go into the custom settings. Well, let's take a look at that right now. It's custom settings, timers, AE lock, C3 power off delay, standby timer. It's probably set to 1 minute or to 10 seconds right now, and then you set it to something larger, 30 minutes, so that it doesn't go to sleep while you're in the middle of a video conference. Battery. Let's talk about battery for a second. Now, this is something that impacts both of these methods. You're running on the camera battery, even though you might be connected by USB to your PC. It's not being powered that way. It is being powered by the battery. So just something to keep in mind. You might want to have another charged battery ready in case you're going long in your conference and your current battery goes bad. There is an AC adapter available. I have a Z50, and there is an AC adapter available from Nikon, but that's $99. So that's, I'm not going to invest in that. So anyway, okay. All right, so now I'm going to show how you use this with zoom. I've just got my standard 16 to 50 millimeter kit lens that came with my Z50. I'm going to connect this by USB. So this will be using the Nikon Software method. And I'm putting my Nikon webcam here. This is one of the issues. You can see this is rather large compared to a standard webcam that could fit on top of the monitor. So it is awkward. I don't really have a good place to put it. If I wasn't right up against a window and a wall, I could probably put it on a standard tripod back there, but that's not an option for me here. So I've got it here looking up at me at a somewhat unflattering angle. Okay, let me make sure this is on. And we're going to go into the settings in Zoom and go into video. And it's already selected the Nikon webcam utility. So there I am. And okay, so I'm going to start a meeting, at least a meeting with just me in it. And there it is. Okay. I want to show that since I selected movie mode and full-time AF, that's working. Okay, it's focused on my hand. I take it away, it focuses right in on my face. I can use the zoom, of course, and quickly refocuses. Whoa, that's a little too tight. Alright, so maybe for a webcam session, maybe something like that. Anyway, it works. And setting it up to and using it with zoom with the HDMI converters about the same. You just select something, just select a different option as to the webcam input. So that's about it. It's easy to do. It's a little bit awkward. There are some issues with, how long is the battery going to last and things like that. But it does work if you want to try it. Thank you.